It's Wednesday, October 26, 2022. Let's talk about the Pennsylvania senatorial debate last night. I think I'm going to sneeze. No, I'd rather not. Well, maybe a little bit. Because Fetterman, Gesundheit, health, that time of the year, I guess. Hell yeah, everybody's sick. We've got what do they call it? A triple-demic now. We've got RSV, COVID, and the flu. Oh, it's going to be the worst ever. And then you've got the smirking puppeteer up there yesterday with all his, the COVID panel, whatever it is. I mean, smirking the whole time. You know, here's Biden up there. Everybody, you need to get your prick. You know, it's safe and effective. Get your prick. It works. And then all these health guys that he's, you know, I don't even know, they're appointed positions, so it's hard telling what they know. Fauci's back there, and whatever the other guy, the Surgeon General, and all these guys are back there, and they're all smirking. I mean, go watch the video. They're just like, you know, smirking, and even Biden's like, it's like, did somebody tell a joke before, you know, this whole thing went live? I don't know. It's, you know, it's nothing to be laughed at if they're as serious as they say they are, and this is such a health crisis. Why are you laughing about it? But that's just it. They're inappropriate. Speaking of inappropriate, the senatorial debate in Pennsylvania. You know, I'm not knocking anybody for a physical handicap or any kind of handicap for that matter. But this Fetterman guy, I mean, to have like this screen and closed captioning to kind of explain the question, because he had a stroke back in May and continued to run for office to be a senator, and he's obviously not 100% coherent. He cannot answer the questions, and I mean, he's off topic, and it's like his brain's not working correctly. I mean, if that's the case, you got to know when to say when, bro. You look at pro athletes, and it's like, you know, at some point, you're a little too old to play the game. You know, I'd like to slam dunk and be in the NBA, but I can't do that. That is just not my makeup. That is not who I am. All man's got to know his limitations. I mean, exit gracefully, please. I mean, don't be putting us through this. And I mean, you know, it's not fair to the nation. It's not fair to the people that you represent, the state of Pennsylvania. I don't think the guy's got it. I mean, it's really, I mean, it's sad to watch, because it's just why. You know, so once again, what are we going to do? You know, we've elected a president that's got, you know, obviously signs of dementia, you know, mental incapacities. You've got, you're going to put a guy like this in office? I mean, what? I mean, this is just like the rot and decay of Rome, to where you've got these people, these emperors that are just mad. And I mean mad from the sense of, woohoo, Looney Tunes. And it's just, I mean, is that where we're at? Is that really where we're at? We're just going to go ahead and, whatever, let it fall. Just make it up as we go along. And it's, nothing matters. Just, roll along and laugh about it. You know, you got Biden sniffing and touching children still. And the Secret Service, you know, they got to, you know, try and not say, hey, bro, you need to back down, but, you know, maybe try and shuffle him off. I mean, we don't need to deal with this. I mean, there are people who, you know, I mean, face it, Biden's like 79. There are people who are 75. I think Trump's 75. Completely different. Not that I'm for or against Trump, but when you look at the guy and how he acts, his mental capacities, there's no comparison. And so to put an age limit on it, it's hard to do. I mean, there are companies that do it. I mean, I used to work as a contractor for Caterpillar. Their CEO, I think, might have been the whole executive board, but their CEO, there was an age limit to where, I don't know if it was like 67 or something. I don't know. There's an age limit at Caterpillar for their CEOs, and it's like some of them had to just retire. I mean, we're very good, but nope, you're done. You know, that's just what it is. It's the corporate policy. I mean, at some point you think, but we should be able to judge a person by his capacities, his character. Some people, you know, who are 80 years old are far more intelligent, knowledgeable, and, you know, things are clicking faster than somebody who's, you know, 30. So, you know, that's a tough one. But it's obvious in some cases, like, give me a break. Like that debate last night, like everything we see in the coming out of the White House. Wow. This is where we want to be? Really? All right. Anyway, I saw something today about leaves. You know, this blows my mind. This is where you're at in society. This is why I think it's the fall of Rome. I mean, it's just so absurd at this point. This is a big story on NBC this morning. The Today Show. Experts say that raking leaves might not be a good idea. No kidding. It's all about vanity. That's all it's ever been. I got to keep my yard looking nice. You know, it's the whole suburb mentality. Oh, we got to keep the yard looking nice. Let's get the leaves off of it. You know, and I get it. Might blow in somebody else's yard. Guess what? I don't rake leaves. I've never raked leaves. And the reason why is, if you pay attention to nature, you got to think, maybe those leaves, actually, when they decompose, are good for that ground, good for that soil, good for that tree. You know, the whole recycling, the cycle of life, you know, all those, their circle of life. Tree creates leaves, you know, nourishment from the sun, soil. There's nourishment in those leaves. There's some kind of nutrients in those, right? Let them fall to the ground and go back into the ground so the tree roots can pick it back up and recycle it. No, we got to rake the leaves and burn them. We got to create a bunch of smoke and there's stink all over the place. There's no purpose for raking leaves other than vanity. Just because you want your yard to look nice and pretty, and that's fine if you live in that kind of area. But the thing is, you're robbing the soil of nutrients. Well, then you probably have to fertilize the grass and put all this other stuff on it because, you know, you're not allowing nature to take care of it. But we have to have a study. Scientists say that it might be a good idea to leave some of those leaves on the lawn. Might be nutritious. I mean, all you have to do is pay attention, be a human being, and watch nature, and you'll learn a heck of a lot. Cycle of life. Are we out burying like raccoon and deer bodies that happen to die out in the forest? Do we have teams that go out there, oh, we need to bury these bodies? No. They die, they decompose, and the whole ecosystem thrives because of it. We don't need a scientist to tell us that, well, you know, it's a good idea to leave those carcasses out there in the woods, you know, that actually it's good for the environment. No, we don't need anybody telling you. I mean, just watch nature. It takes care of itself if we stop getting involved and being stupid. Anyway, that was a trigger mechanism for me today. Just, I mean, the absurdity of things, though, to have to be told, scientists say, trust the science. Trust the science. That's what we need to do. And it's like, but it's not science. Everything's inverted. Everything everybody says, all this crap coming from the mainstream, coming from the idiot box, coming from, look at this cat. That's about an unnatural thing about to happen to this cat. A car runs it over. All right, I'm gonna save you. All right, so look out for the little creatures on four legs, please. I guess what it comes down to, rather than ranting and going off on this stuff, why don't you trust yourself once in a while? I say that every day. Trust yourself. You don't need some person on the Mockingbird News to tell you what to do and what not to do. To rake leaves or not rake leaves? That is the question. The road to hell is paved with unraked leaves. I mean, give me a break. All right, just trust yourself. You know better than these idiots, because that's what they are. They're just paid mockingbirds. And, you know, the thing is, it might sound like it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. Because you look at what happened in the pandemic. They were all mockingbirding it. They're all saying, oh, go do this, go do this, go do that. And guess what? Then at the end of it, why do we have people suddenly dying of heart attacks? Why do we have sudden collapses? And this person died suddenly, you know, driving a car, the little guy, the little actor that just died, driving a car, boom, had a medical emergency accident, boom, dies, gets in a wreck. I mean, I'm seeing this more and more, mailman. I'm seeing it more and more to where, you know, people, you know, athletes just falling down on the soccer field, dead. I mean, this didn't used to happen. And so you think, what's the correlation, you know, cause and effect here? I mean, you might want to start thinking. Trust yourself. Look into sound money, because all of these problems, it's because of the money. It's because they can print. It's because they can create money out of nothing. Why am I paying taxes if they can just create the money? Good question. Federal Reserve, 1913, understand what it is, understand what they do. It's a debt-based system. It's a Ponzi scheme. You want to get out of it as soon as you possibly can. Look into Litecoin. It's sound money for the digital age. It has a finite supply. There's only so much to go around. Look into other cryptos. Look into Bitcoin, whatever. I happen to be a Litecoin guy. I've done my homework. That's what I resonate with because I understand the fundamentals of it. It is like digital cash. You've got Mimblewimble privacy built into it, right on the blockchain. You can send it and nobody knows how much you're sending. Very nice thing. It's like digital cash. Can't do that with Bitcoin. Can't do that with a lot of other coins. Most other coins for that matter. Litecoin, very liquid. Only 84 million can exist. That's enough for 0.01 for everybody on Earth. All right. Trust yourselves. Don't trust these people. They're vampires running a vampire casino that just wants to steal you, steal your energy, rob you of everything that you have. Because they don't want you to know that it's a big scam. Because once you understand that it's a big scam and you say, oh, why am I playing this game? Why am I in this casino? Then you've got a V for Vendetta situation where it all goes away. All ends overnight. All right. Love y'all. Trust yourselves. Look into Litecoin. Silver too. I mean, there's some information about silver right now. There's not as much as we thought there was in storage in warehouses. So might want to take physical possession of it. That's the key. Get assets in your possession. That's basically the only way to win at this point. Disconnect from the old vampire system. Walk outside the casino. Assets in your possession. Trust yourself. Love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday.